Hi everybody, I'm Janie Rasmussen and I'm NRPA's Advocacy and Outreach Manager. I coordinate all of NRPA's advocacy efforts, including our signature grassroots advocacy campaign, the Park Champions Initiative. So through this initiative, NRPA members invite their members of Congress to their parks to see their parks and programs firsthand and really show them how important Parks and Recreation is to the community that you both serve, and also talk a little bit about how federal programs benefit park and recreation in those communities. Now you can help in the future of programs, federal programs that support the work you do, like the USDA Summer Food Service Program and the Child and Adult Care Food Program, by inviting your members of Congress out to see your summer meal site firsthand. And it's actually really easy to invite your members of Congress out because we have a ton of tools and resources available to you, including a new interactive Park Champion Advocacy Toolkit that we just released. This toolkit is a step-by-step guide, and it's got everything you need to invite your member of Congress out. It's got draft invitations, draft press releases, a Find Your Elected Officials tool in case you don't know who they are exactly, and just basically everything you need, including the contact information for your congressional schedulers. So all you have to do is customize the invitation for your member of Congress's office and then hit send and invite them out. So you're probably wondering, when should I invite them out? I've got a great answer for you. Members of Congress are more likely to attend your summer meal site or program when Congress isn't in session, when they're not out in DC doing their work. And so we have the 2017 congressional calendar included in the Park Champion Advocacy Toolkit. And you can see here that this is kind of what the calendar looks like. So you can align your potential dates of a visit to the congressional calendar. And as you can see, there are plenty of opportunities this summer. There's a little mini recess that's starting tomorrow for the House. There's one at the end of the month where the House and Senate are in recess. So I'm at the top of July, and then the entire month of August is out of session. They're in recess. So definitely take advantage of that August month if your program is still running. And so as for opportunities, if you have a big program kickoff event, a big holiday event where you're serving meals at it, a program ending event, one of those opportunities, definitely invite your members of Congress to that. Because a lot of kids and parents will be in attendance at those special events, and members of Congress really love the opportunity to interact with constituents, especially the ones that are of voting age, and get those great photo opportunities too. So you can also invite your members of Congress out to any day of your meal program, as long as you're serving meals. That's the ideal time to do it. And you can even invite them to participate in the meal program. So, serving meals or even joining the kids for a meal. And when you're drafting the invitation, you just want to give them plenty of different options for when they can come out, and you can work with the congressional scheduler to determine the best time. And of course, if a member of Congress can attend, like if you have a program kickoff or a great opportunity that's when Congress is in session, you can still invite them and then invite their staff to attend if they can't. So the toolkit is really easy to use, but we're also doing a webinar that walks you through it. So the webinar is going to be on Tuesday, May 23rd at 2 p.m. And so definitely check out that webinar. We'll send out registration details, and we'll talk about the toolkit, walk you through hosting a member of Congress at your event, some best tips and tools, and of course the great prizes that you can win for participating. And we've got some really great prizes lined up, so you definitely want to tune in. All right, and in addition to all the great tools and resources that we have available, you can always reach out to me at jrasmussen@nrpa.org or call me at 440-522-9162 for assistance with planning your event. My favorite part of my job is learning the stories that my members have about how they serve their community, and I really love being able to help them share that story with their member of Congress. And Allison just reminded me that I have some questions coming in, some great questions. So how do I find out who my member of Congress is? That is a great question. So on the Park Champion Advocacy Toolkit, which you can find on www.nrpa.org/park-champions, there is a tool that says Find Your Elected Officials, and you type in your address or zip code, most likely for your agency, but if you want to know for your home address, you can type that in too, and it'll pull up all of your members of Congress. The second question is, should we also target local elected officials? Yes, I definitely think that you should target local elected officials, including your mayor, city council members, and state elected officials, so your state representative and state senator, in addition to your members of Congress, so your U.S. representative and U.S. senators. Can you describe an example of a summer meal site visit and what has been done in the past? Yes, absolutely. So one of the visits that I've been on, we had Senator Roberts, Chief of Staff, come out to a summer meal program in Lawrence, Kansas. And basically they had the staff member come out to the site, participate in the meal program. They had some news cameras show up and just do a profile of the event, hand out meals to all the kids, and then just basically just show them a day in the life of the meal program. One of the programs I went to in Houston, they had their congressperson actually hand out meals. So the kids were having just a regular meal time, had their break during the day at lunch, and had their member of Congress pass out the meals, and then had a little bit of a speaking program as part of it too. So the mayor was there, their congressperson was there, and some local officials were there too, and they just were able to talk a little bit about meal programs. Is it a good idea to engage with elected officials on social media, and are they responsive? So absolutely. Social media is becoming more and more effective with members of Congress. About 99% of members of Congress have social media accounts now, including Twitter and Facebook, and some have Instagram too. And they definitely listen to that. And they're not necessarily responsive to it in that they won't respond all the time, but they definitely watch it and have staff dedicated to their social media accounts. So if you express an opinion or if you want to share photos from a summer meal program, that's a really effective way to get through to them. And especially if you have multiple people sending messages, the collective message gets through to them. What other tools does NRPA have to support advocacy efforts? We have our CQ Engage platform that allows you to send letters, make phone calls, and tweet at your members of Congress. So if you want to look at that, go to our advocacy page. It's also, I believe, nrpa.org/advocacy-engage. Sorry, don't have that memorized, but we do have a platform so that you just type in your information, including your name and your address, and you can personalize a letter that you can just hit send and advocate on some of the issues that we're working on right now. We also have fact sheets that help you understand our legislative platform and the issues that are important to us too. So that's also on our advocacy section of the NRPA website. Those are all really good questions. I'm so excited to see that there are great questions and people are interested in what we have to offer on the advocacy front. We also put out the Advocacy Insider, which I believe that'll be going out tomorrow. So if you haven't been receiving those, please reach out to me and I'll make sure that you're signed up for that, because that just goes over all of our priorities, exactly what's happening on the Hill, and talks a little bit more about what your public policy team is doing to make those efforts happen. So I think we're all set. So thank you so much, everybody. I really look forward to working with you this summer. Thank you all for being park champions, and I can't wait to see your summer meal site visits.